and disappointing, and are quickly becoming a liability to the Army and detrimental to any high command career. A liability detrimental to your career? Is that what's in your heart, Captain?
What's in my heart is become a major, Lieutenant.
So this is the way you want to become major?
You're worried about comments in an article? Look, Lieutenant, there are people around here who don't even want you near them.
The French do, the British do, they embrace us.
Well, you know what? You don't fight under the British and French flag. You fight under the American flag. And there are soldiers around here who believe that you should be separated. At least I believe in separate but equal.
Your separate equal is an anomaly. If not, then what about Rucker? Where's the equal educational opportunities that were denied him? Your separate but equal is an apparition. A ghost of the South and simply a betrayal.
Betrayal. You have no monopoly of betrayal.
We were betrayed with those degrading images of us put forth during Reconstruction, and you're doing the same thing. We're not going to do that again, Captain.
And we felt betrayed at the end of the Civil War when all our social and economic structures were destroyed. And we're not going to let that happen again.
A house divided can't stand, Captain, and yet you keep dividing us.
All my father wanted was for me to become a major in the army like he was. And he became a bitter man when all the social and economic structures for me to lean on had disappeared.
The only structure you had to lean on was slavery.
Oh, Lieutenant, you had more. Your father gave you God to lean on. My father was the only God I had to lean on. And he demanded I pick up his mantle and fight against a changing South once the family structure started crumbling.
Oh, you certainly don't have a monopoly on crumbled family structures now, do you?
You have any kids, Lieutenant?
I have a daughter.
Well, then maybe you can see this from my point of view. Because of the effects of the changing South on my father, I lost the angel of my life.
Your wife?
My daughter. You see, she fell in love with one of you.
With one of them. We are not all one and the same, Captain.
My father thought so, and he made it very clear that she could no longer be a member of the family. And neither could I if I could not control her.
Control her?
The last time I saw my daughter, he was there. She was looking up into my eyes, searching for the mercy that he would not give her. And he reached over, grabbed me by the chin, turned my head away from her. And my father told me never to look upon her again.
Don't suffer the sins of your father. You don't have to.
That's what my mother would say. The sins of the parents should never be suffered upon the children.
She's right. He's
But
wrong.
why? Because he believed in the old South and not in God. And you believe in the new South and in God.
Because you're bound up by two ways of thinking. Your father's and your mother's. That will never allow you to see the light of the future. Shake off this way of thinking and look to the future.
I've tried, Lieutenant. But I guess the dead is always alive inside of us.
And the living should be allowed to go on living. Show some compassion and stop the bad press, Captain.
After I become major.
Why do you let him control you even in his death?
Come on, you know, Lieutenant! Glory! I'm tied to his glory and he's tied to mine.
Don't you see what this is doing to
And
you?
you know what my father would say? Quincy, do you see what equality would do to us?
It would free all of us. It would even free you.
But then who would be in control?
We all
Who
would.
would get the glory?
God
Somebody else to lead us out of this? Or we'd have the same thing we had after the Civil War.
Why do you keep turning your head away from the light of the future?
Because I just can't see it.
We can refocus this picture right here on this battlefield. You can show people all over the world a clearer image right here.
How, Lieutenant?
By saying something favorable about the man who can't see something positive in them?
Give me something positive to see.
Rucker is hard work and respectable. Seymour is smart enough to become a doctor. And Minor is dedicated and loyal with leadership skills. These are fine men prepared all over the field, Captain.
Fine, men! Lieutenant, we get reports from the YMCA huts. We know one of your men was treated for sex disease. Your men are no angels.
No, they're human. Just like your men who stood in line for treatment right alongside with my men.
Oh, that's
Oops.
different.
That hurts. That's gonna leave a scar.
Okay, Lieutenant. Something positive about you.
I'll leave that to do the answer.
Oh, well,
More man than you'll ever be.
I could say he's smart at times. He's compassionate. He shows great conviction and he's protective over his men.
Then why don't you report those things?
Because I'm still assessing the most important quality.
What is that?
Courage.
Well, then I guess that takes us to the end of the road.
I guess it will. Now the colonel says we're moving into the forest tomorrow. The Germans are digging in and we have to move them out. Will your men be ready?
Of course we will. We will proceed to the forest with unity, loyalty, and courage as we've always done.
Good. I'm expecting your men to show me what's in their hearts.
And I'm expecting you to open up yours by killing the adverse press.
If they prove themselves worthy,
We were killed in America. Don't kill us in the hearts and the minds of the people of the world too.
then I expect unity, loyalty, and courage for both you and your men. We've only got one shot at this, Lieutenant.
Oh, I am well aware of that, Captain. I am well aware.